afternoon, everyone. We're going to get started very shortly, but thank you so much for joining us. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be talking about Social Science 197. What is it and how do you enroll? We're going to get started in just a couple minutes, probably the next minute or two. Hopefully you all have been having a good week. I know it's a short week, so I always feel like we have to cram so much in 4 days. But hopefully you're looking forward to the weekend. All right, we'll go ahead and get started. My name is Carissa Sorensen, and I'm the director of the Social Sciences Academic Resource Center. And again, today we're going to be talking about Social Sciences 197. We will have time to answer your questions at the end of the presentation, so feel free to put your questions in the Q&A function and leave those there, and we'll get to them at the end. But let's go ahead and get started. All right, so first of all, what is Social Science 197? So Social Science 197 is a course to be able to provide you the opportunity to get academic credit for your internship. So this is actually would satisfy any elective credit that you might be looking for. And it varies from 2 to 4 units depending on the hours of your internship itself. Okay, so hence you may be looking to apply for spring quarter. Okay, let's go ahead and go into more of the specifics. Okay, so I often get the question like, what exactly do I have to do in Social Science 197? Is it an actual class that I attend, virtually? But the answer is no, it's not a class that you attend virtually. Mostly it's just comprised of bi-weekly assignments. So these are pretty simple assignments. The core of the class is you actually doing your internship. However, as part of the course, it's accompanied with various journal entries and just reflection assignments and overall just professional development and having you reflect upon your actual internship. So these assignments do not take long. If you're comparing them with your major courses, they are not that difficult. And it's ultimately like what you kind of put into the assignment itself. So like I mentioned, it's on a bi-weekly basis. And there are no midterms, there are no finals. All you have to do is complete the assignments and also submit some other kind of contract information from your internship. And that's pretty much it. With grading, it is pass, no pass. So that's kind of nice. And then some other things, when is Social Science 197 offered? It is actually offered throughout the entire academic year, as well as summer session 1 and summer session 2. All right. So if you, let's say, maybe are not able to get an internship this spring quarter, consider taking Social Science 197 during the summer, either summer session 1 or 2. Okay. So let's go ahead and keep going. So in terms of steps and how to enroll. So the first part is actually securing your internship. And we can actually go over how to do so right after this presentation if you'd like. But in terms of securing an internship, well, you can certainly do this the traditional way of going on a handshake and applying to internships that may be available this upcoming quarter or this summer. And you can go ahead and apply and then hopefully you get the position. At SARC, we also have a internship database, which I'll show you a little bit later, and how you can kind of navigate that to find some virtual internships that are currently active right now. Okay. And then of course, you can always do some other internship searches, like going on third-party websites like Monster or Indeed or even LinkedIn. That's also a really great way to find various internships that are available. Another question we always get is, do I have to find the internship like on the SARC website or on Handshake only? So that depends, okay? So typically, if you have an internship that maybe is not listed on Handshake or not listed on our own database, then you just submit more information about your internship, and then we just have to approve your internship. If you're an international student, you actually do have to find your internship on the Handshake website. So just depends, okay? So I mentioned turning in more information about your internship. So that's where our authorization request form comes in. So I'll be sharing the link to our website where it has a little bit more information about our internship. As well, it also provides the form that you will actually fill out to receive your authorization code, okay, in order to get into the class. For the actual form itself, what it requires is just a little bit more information about you, information about your internship. So whether it is, indeed remote. At this time, we're only taking remote internships. Previously, before we were being remote, we were taking in-person. So hopefully when we get back, we'll be able to change that policy. But at this time, we're only providing academic credit for remote internships, okay? Other things to know on the form is that you do have to upload your offer letter, and the offer letter does contain or must contain certain items on there, and I'll be going over what those items are. And so that's what you have to do in order to obtain that authorization. Once you submit that and your internship gets approved, you get an email from myself. Then you'll be able to receive your authorization code to be able to enroll via WebReg. Okay, so that's all it takes to enroll in the actual class itself. All right, so just a few other quick kind of comments about the course and just other considerations to kind of think about. So this is, again, contributes to your 180 unit total. So kind of think about, okay, do I have room to be able to do that? Another thing is for international studies majors, as you probably know, you are actually required to complete some type of experiential component for your degree. And as part of that, you actually do have to enroll in Social Science 197. The form that you fill out, though, is a completely different form, and the approval process is actually done through the Undergraduate Student Affairs Office, not the SARC. However, they do communicate with us, the advisors there, that you've been approved for 197, and then you'll still hear from the SARC with your code. Okay, so a little bit of a different process. Another different process is for our international students. So if this applies to you, you might know that you do have to apply for CPT authorization. And as part of CPT authorization in that whole process, you actually have to enroll in a course that provides academic credit. And that course would be Social Science 197. I'm not going to get into specifics about CPT, but definitely go to the International Center's website and they'll have a lot more information about that process there. Okay, so I'm actually going to go ahead and kind of stop sharing my screen really quickly so I can actually show you what our website looks like. So bear with me as I kind of change our website here. Let's see. All right, so hopefully everybody can see that. It's the Social Sciences Academic Resource Center website. If maybe somebody can put in the chat if they can see what I'm seeing, that would be awesome. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to identify if, yes, okay, thank you, Ashley, appreciate it. All right, so here we are at the SARC website, and you're gonna find a little bit more information about 197 under internships for students. Okay, so that's this page right here. So we break it down pretty easily for you. So how can I find an internship opportunity? It goes into the various resources that I previously mentioned. We can also help you out at SARC with the interview process or reviewing resumes, cover letters. You can always make it an appointment with us to do so, okay? And then we go into the enrollment process. So this is where I want to show you a few other items, okay? So here's the link to the enrollment form, okay? So you should be filling out this enrollment form, and when you submit your offer letter, you just want to make sure that you have all these items. So we're going to need the name, location, and website of your internship site, name, email, and phone number of your supervisor, your start and end dates of the internship with hours per week. So this is really important because your internship should be taken concurrently, or at least the course should be taken concurrently with the time frame of your internship. Okay, and then also indication if you're getting paid or if you're not getting paid. This is important. I'll share with you why this is. Type of internship, so remote or in person. Again, we're only taking remote internships. Clear description of your learning objectives or the goals as it relates to your major. Another question we often get is like, does the internship have to be like, you know, really closely related to my major? Not necessarily. I mean, it could just be a, maybe it's like a marketing position at, you know, some other random company that maybe doesn't relate to anything what your major does. But you're still learning transferable skills that you'll use hopefully in whatever future career you decide. A job description that outlines all your projects, your tasks, maybe qualifications, and then also needs to have a supervisor signature. This can be an electronic signature, okay? One thing to note is that if you are considering summer session for Social Science 197, it does not require an authorization code. So just kind of a weird factoid about summer session that you just don't need an enrollment code to enroll in the actual class. We also have more information here for our international studies majors and our international students, but I do want to take a look at this course information. So based on how many hours you are doing and based on whether you are getting paid or you're not getting paid for this internship determines how many units you can apply this to. So if you're doing an unpaid internship for 100 hours for the quarter, you'd get 4 units. Anything that is paid, whether you're doing 50 hours or 100 hours, that is still 2 units, okay? And if you're doing an unpaid internship, that is 50 hours, that would be 2 units as well. All right, so that's that. So let me go ahead and stop sharing my screen here. And now I can go ahead and answer some of the questions that you have about Social Science 197, or just finding internships in general. I'm happy to answer those. So go ahead and put your questions in the Q&A, or also chat works too. And then while we're waiting for questions, I will actually go ahead and share that link that I just had open with you all in the chat as well. There you all go. Okay, but any questions? Hopefully that was pretty straightforward, but happy to answer any questions that you might have. Okay, so we have a question. If we have future questions about internships, who could we contact? Absolutely. So you can actually make an appointment with the SARC, or you can also just contact us via email. So I'll go ahead and put our email address on there. So you can contact us at sarc@uci.edu. And then also I'll go ahead and put in the chat how you can actually make an appointment with us as well. And then we have another question. What if we plan to do a summer internship, but we're not planning to take other courses during summer session? Can we just take Social Science 197 alone? So yes, you can certainly take 197 alone, but do keep in mind that you are paying for those classes. So consider what is, if you do get financial aid over the summer, and how does that affect everything? But just kind of keep in mind that yes, you could take up to 2 to 4 units, and that could solely be the session that you're only doing for the summer. So hopefully that answers your question. Okay, yes, thank you. All right, any other questions? Okay, cool. Are there opportunities for students after graduation? As some who transferred in 2019 and then was hit by the pandemic. I feel as though I was constrained by time and availability of opportunities. That is such a great question. And so absolutely. In terms of opportunities like internship or career opportunities after graduation, yes, there are quite a few opportunities that are still available to you. And something that if you did not know is as a recent graduate, you still get access to all of the Division of Career Pathways, aka our career centers fairs. You could still attend the fairs. You can still get access to, like, I believe, Handshake as well. So these are still all opportunities that you can still take advantage of as a recent graduate. So definitely do so. There's often a lot of internships that are still out there that are actually looking for recent graduates. So just like determine like, oh, is this internship available to students who recently graduated? It will always usually say, no, we're just looking for undergraduates for this internship, or we're looking for or open to recent graduates. So typically it'll always say that. In terms of jobs and openings, you know, you can certainly look on those various websites that we've already talked about. In terms of, you know, if you need additional support to review resumes, cover letters, we're never going to turn any alums down. We actually have quite a few alumni that will come back to the SARC and say, actually, you know, would you be able to see me, or could you assist me with X, Y, and Z? And we're happy to do so. We'll definitely not turn you away. I think once you get to be more of maybe an older grad, through the Division of Career Pathways, there is an opportunity where you can pay like a membership fee to be able to get access to all of their resources as well. But we don't charge anybody at SARC. So there's that. But that is a really great question. Okay, anybody else? Mm-hmm. No, okay, let me see if I can actually go back to this presentation so I can show you another just a really important slide, again, is just how to keep in touch with us, okay? So you can actually make an appointment virtually at sarc.soci.uci.edu, so our website. All of our appointments take over Zoom. You can schedule for a 30-minute appointment. Not only do we help students with finding internships or just career opportunities, but we also assist students with applying to graduate school, or maybe if you're looking for more research opportunities, we can also help with that. And perhaps if you are looking for some just leadership opportunities, we can also assist with those items as well. Here's our email one more time, sarc@uci.edu. And we also encourage you to follow us on Instagram and Facebook. And our handle is UC Irvine SARC. And we often put all of our various events on there as well. Another opportunity that I do want to share is that SARC is currently, I suppose, hiring for our SARC internship. And so this is to be a peer consultant with the SARC. For this particular program, it's not paid, but you do get academic credit for 3 quarters, fall, winter, and spring. And you get to do things that I'm doing, being able to present to students and talking about all these, you know, various services like internships, graduate school, research, and so on and so forth. So I will actually go ahead and also put that information in the chat as well, in case you are interested in perhaps maybe applying or sharing this with a friend. But the application is actually due next Thursday. So maybe you might have time over the weekend. If you are interested, you can go ahead and apply. But this is the SARC internship program, which is different from Social Science 197. For this program, you would enroll in a course called Social Science 194. Okay. But let's see, if there's no other questions, we'll go ahead and leave it for a couple minutes in case anyone has any questions about either of these internship courses. If not, we'll go ahead and end early. Yes, thank you, Myra. And please note that you'll actually get a follow-up email from the SARC with all these resources that we shared today and plus more. So that way you have that on hand as well. This recording will be posted to our SARC YouTube, so that way you can reference it later on when you are ready to decide to enroll in Social Science 197. Okay, well, thank you all so much, and I hope you have a fabulous rest of the week and weekend. Take care.